and safe. All right. Like we always say, hey, I absolutely had a good day. Had a little short day today, but it was a good day nevertheless. And I'm glad that, that I made it back home to talk to you tonight. Hey, we got a good show in store for you. And we're going to bring the co-host on in here in a few minutes, and we're going to introduce our guest to you. But, I hope everybody did have a good day trucking today. So anyway, I'm going to bring Steve on in here, and we're going to talk about our host. Our host is sitting in the wings waiting on us to come on air here. They were so gracious to pull over and talk to us tonight. So we appreciate them. We appreciate you, and we appreciate all of our listening audience. Those of you listening now, and those of you that will be listening on the replay, we appreciate it. Hey, everybody, remember we're on YouTube. We're on Truckers Voices page. We're on Safety Drive page. And, man, we're just trying to get all the platforms covered. We're even on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So you can go there and listen at your pleasure whenever you want to. But anyway, let me bring Steve on in here, okay? And we'll get the show started.
Me rolling, they hating and patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty.
Right, baby. They see me rolling. I'm rolling slow in a dirty white truck.
In a dirty white slow truck. That's where you're rolling out, right?
Exactly. But hey, I got my truck service this week. They painted my wheels, my back wheels. They ain't rusty no more. They're white rust.
Right. All right. So they're not dirty no more. So nobody can really see how slow you're really going there, right?
Exactly. They didn't use water paint either because I run through rain yesterday and it didn't wash off.
Now, y'all, everybody there in listening audience, he said wash. Okay. When you wash something, that means that it is really, really clean. Okay. So I say wash. I say wash, but he says wash. So that really means that it's really clean.
It's that Midwestern St. Louis type thing, I guess. I don't know, but sorry, it is what it is. But that's what makes me unique and different.
Unique and different, uniquely different, right?
Uniquely different, yeah, exactly. But no, it's been a good week, man. It's been a good week. I don't know, traffic's been kind of crazy, but we deal with it. Just take a deep breath and roll it.
Well, Steve, I got us live, but I did have some technical issues on the back end. I was trying to go live straight on Truckers Voices TV page, and the RTPM, that's a little technical term there, wasn't linked up right. So, but I do have us live on the Safety Drive page and on the Truckers Voices group page. So, and on YouTube. So we're live on all three platforms right now. So anyway, we're still working through these bugs, but it's getting better, right?
Exactly. Your connection must be a little bit off or something. You kind of froze up there on me, and then you started getting a little feedback in there. But you're all right. You're all right. It's all good. It's all good. Hey, we got a great show, man. We got two great.
We're just going to deal with it. Hey.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Absolutely. We got two great people that's coming on. Can you hear me?
I hear you. I got you. Got you loud and clear. Did I tone it down enough that I'm not so bright anymore? I never was bright.
Right. No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Well, let's go ahead and get the show started, man. And we'll bring Bob and Deborah on in here, and we'll bring them in here with our guest opening like we always do, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, Bob and Deborah, how y'all doing tonight?
We're doing great.
Good.
Thanks,
How are you?
Thanks for having us on the show.
Yeah.
Hey, wasn't that introduction just appropriate from where you're from?
Yeah, well, I'm from Pittsburgh. That's the other side of the state, but it's the same state. Pittsburgh's on the west side. Philly's on the east side.
I got you. Well, it's so great to have you on Truckers Voices tonight, and we've been telling the audience, that we got a great show lined up, which I do believe that we do. So anyway, let's just go ahead and get this thing started. If you want to introduce yourself and tell us where you're from and who you are and all kind of stuff like that. So the floor is yours.
We are Bob and Deb Murphy, LLC, WBOB Trucking, LLC. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Deb is from Commerce, Georgia. We are over-the-road team truck drivers that have been married now for 11 winters. 11 winters, I believe we're at. We've
He doesn't do years. It's winters,
We've known each other about 20 years. We've been friends for a long time. I drove at night, line haul stuff, and she drove at night, and we just stayed connected over the years. And a point came in both of our lives where she said, "Hey, I'd move up to Pittsburgh and we can try this out." And I think she moved up there for 3 months.
I moved up in December,
and
in March we got married.
So yeah, three months went by. We kept going to Las Vegas, and we basically ran out of money from gambling. And some couple was like, "Are you guys married?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Oh, he wouldn't marry you." I was like, "I would totally marry you." He's like, "We're in Vegas. Hop in the car." So we hop in the car and we drive to the courthouse. Handed them like $60.
$60.
Came out of the courthouse and there was a preacher there. He said, "My chapel's across the street." Went over there, gave him some money, stood under the trellis. They gave us a cubic zirconium to switch, which the ring is still in here, to switch under the trellis, set our vows. We stopped at the store, made it back to the bar in an hour and 15 minutes. Yep. An hour and 15 minutes, this whole deal. The bar we were drinking at gave us little bottles of champagne. And the band said, "We'll play anything you want to hear." At that time, I think Yellow by Coldplay was... Like Yellow,
like one of my favorite songs.
Yellow by Coldplay. I'm like, there we go. That. We had no plans on getting married. We had no idea.
We got up that day. We did laundry. We went shopping and stuff. Like we hadn't even talked about marriage.
It never was a discussion. We never had a discussion about it. Just like, let's do it.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I love it.
And
that's a great story.
It seems to be working out so far. We're 11 years in and still pretty happy.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the key to it is happiness. Go ahead, Steve.
I was just going to say she hadn't left you at a truck stop yet. You're in good shape.
I've came close. He's gotten out of the truck to go in to get his coffee or something, and he's made me mad. Before he gets out, and I've thought about it. I've even had it in gear one time. But then I don't back up a whole lot, so I got to have him to back it up and fix it when I break it.
Here's the real truth. Like I've been doing this since I've known her. I've been irritating her about stuff like that since I've known her. If I would have started this recording her, because she used to get really upset. Really? I mean, triggered. Like I could get her rolling. Like she would be really mad. And like over the years, she's catching on. That, like, hey, I'm doing this on purpose.
It took a long time.
I am purposely pushing your buttons all throughout your day, and she's calmed down. But if I would have started this years ago, well, I'm sure a lot of it would have been blocked. They probably couldn't have let a lot of this on social media. So maybe it's good that she did calm down.
Oh goodness. Well, let's get into how you got into the trucking industry. That is the premise of the show that we always want to ask everybody. And tell us a little bit about how you and Debra, how you got into the trucking industry from the beginning.
Do you want to tell your story first?
I can. I went to school. I got with a guy, and he was a truck driver, and I was like, "What? I can go to school. I'll learn to drive. We can go team together." And he was like, "Yeah." So I went to school for 3 weeks, I think. Tested out, and while I was in school, he went to work with a certain company that would let us run together, let him be my trainer. When I got out of school, because I didn't want to go out with anybody else. So this company would let him be my trainer, and the rest is pretty much history. That's how I came to be a truck driver, and then our relationship went south, whatever, and I met this one.
Yeah, that's where it all went downhill. It's all good. That started the downhill spiral.
But that was 23 years ago. I've been doing it 23 years now.
23 years. So. She's almost shifted. She can almost shift pretty good now. She's getting the double clutching thing. She's starting to go through the gears.
If I double clutch, I'm
out.
going to throw you out this windshield because I haven't done it since school 23 years ago.
Oh, great day. So 23 years trucking, Deborah. That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about your start into trucking there, Bob.
Mine was, this is a summer job that I started 33 years ago. I, I, uh, I was dating my first wife at the time, but I was just I was 18, and her dad said, "You want to be in the union? That job you have isn't that good." And I said, "Well, yeah, that sounds. It seems like you do pretty good. I'll join your union." Well, it was Teamsters Local 249 Truck Drivers Union, and he got me in. I worked on a dock a couple days to get in this union, and I got in the union, and then I was done. I just go to the union hall and wait for work there every day. And old guys, old truck drivers, really old truck drivers, they'd look at me and go, "So, what are you here for?" I'm like, I'm waiting for like dock work and stuff. They're like, this is a truck drivers union, right? I'm like, yeah, but they say there's like I can unload the vehicles and stuff. And they were like, yeah, it doesn't happen much, but good luck to you. I'd sit there, and I had a car payment. I'm 18, and I'm like, man, this is day after day. I'm just sitting here. Well, one day the guy who ran the hall, he took off, and another guy came who didn't know me, and Monteverde Produce called, and they said they need a truck driver. And he looked at me and goes, "Hey, do you want to go down and deliver some produce?" I said, "I don't have my license." He said, "Stop home and pick it up." I went, No, I don't have a license." So I go to Monteverde. He goes, "Just go down there, just go talk to him." And I did. Joe Monteverde, who's passed away now. So let me see your driver's license. And he looked, he goes, "You're not a truck driver." And I went, yeah, I know. He said, "Why'd they send you?" I said, "I was the only one there." He said, "Well, I was going to send you to Somerset, PA. Do you think you could drive that little truck around Pittsburgh and deliver produce?" Oh yeah. I'd never seen the inside of a truck in my life. I didn't know any truck drivers. So I did. I hopped in. I kicked off these stops, and I made it back. And when I got back, he's like, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I delivered it." He said, "Let me see the bills." I give him the bills. I said, "Open the back of the truck." He couldn't believe that I was back. He's like, "Holy!" I said, "Man, I could really use a guy like you. If these guys catch you here, they're going to kill you, though. You're back way too soon." He said, "If you ever get your driver's license, look me up. I'd hire you." He said, "If I get stuck again, can I call you, though?" I said, "Sure." Next morning, 3 a.m., "You want to deliver produce?" I showed up, and I started doing this. And he came to me after a few days and said, "Hey, there's a truck driving school over in just over the hill. Why don't you go do that during the evenings? They have night classes, and then that way we don't get in trouble for this." I said, "Oh." So I did that. Once I got out of school, I wanted to drive the big trucks and started driving for everybody out of a Teamster hall for quite a while. And that's how I got started.
I got you. So now, you and Deb, y'all own the truck that you're in now, correct?
Correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
So tell us a little bit about your company now.
We worked for a really great small company in the Pittsburgh area delivering freight. And when Debra moved up, she was like, I think I was driving an International or something. And she's like, "That's fine. We can ride around together, but I don't ride in nothing but Pete's or Kenworth. So you're going to have to go buy a Pete or a Kenworth if you want me to ride around in this truck." And I had a real good relationship with the guy who owned this. And he said, I'll tell you what, you go find a decent used truck, pick out what you want. And are you there?
Yeah, they're there. They're just showing our pictures.
Okay. Oh, there you go. They said, pick out what you want. And as long as it's reasonable, I'll give you a check. So he gave us a check, and we found that truck 10 years ago.
It was page 9.
It was page 9 in the truck.
In the Google search, I'm on page 9. So everything's not on the first page. I went to page 9. I found this truck, and yeah. I called him up. I said, "If you don't get this one, I don't need a truck."
So
we got this one.
He gave us a check. We went out to the middle of PA, Coopersburg, Kenworth. Gave him a check on Thanksgiving Day 10 years ago. 11 years ago.
This Thanksgiving will be 11 years.
This Thanksgiving will be 11 years. Yeah. His company was starting to fail, and he gave us the option to buy the truck and he did. He sold it to us 6 years ago, 6. So we've been in this truck for 10 years,
almost 11.
But we've only owned it for 5, and that's when we started our LLC, and it's been great ever since. Knowing the history of a truck when you own it is key. You know the maintenance, you know everything. We had the truck 5 years before we owned it. It made sense to buy this truck.
Oh yeah, and Steve, I'm gonna let Steve. He knows a little bit more about that than I do because I've always been in the LTL industry. But he's been over the road before. And go ahead, Steve. I'm sure you got some questions on that.
I was watching y'all's video one night, and you was talking about people was telling you buy a new truck, and right away I'm sitting there shaking my head. The last brand new truck that I drove, I worked for my in-laws for 5 years before I come over here where I'm at. And it was a 94 T600 72-inch aero cab. He gives $78,000 for that truck. That might put a down payment on a new truck today. Okay. And I've been following you guys for quite a while. And, I am intrigued. Was you diesel mechanic or anything like that prior to this? You're just kind of self-taught.
Right? I got friends that are mechanics that have helped me, like diesel, really good diesel mechanics who worked on trucks. I got a few of them, guys that rebuilt motors all their lives, guys that own shops that are real good personal friends of mine.
Right.
I know their families, I know their kids, I know I know them. They're friends, So that's really key. And that's one of the reasons we bought the truck, because I'm friends with those people, and Deb felt confident if I couldn't figure it out, they could help me.
Right. Because I know, especially in today's time with the cost of labor rate and everything and your downtime, I see you working on that truck a lot. Yeah. And, my mechanical skills are about like my carpentry skills are not real good. So, but, and this is what I got to say to our audience. If they're thinking about buying a truck, go back and watch Bob's TikToks and stuff, because he's going to show you what it takes. And I mean, you just can't pull in someplace and pay $400 or $500 to get them to change a wheel seal. Change. What's an oil change now? I'm going to tell you how long ago it was. I got an oil change. It just went to $119.95.
All right, you're sitting down. I'm going to tell you, but if you go to one of the big oil change places, I don't want to name names on here, but you go to a big chain and you get a full service with all the filters, grease, everything. You're looking at least $500. Yeah.
Wow. I tell you right now, if it wasn't for Bob,
we'd be out of business.
And our mechanic friends, we would have been out of business our first year, because this girl broke
a lot.
The first year after we bought it, it broke a lot. And our first year was really, 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 really tough.
It was hard.
But if it hadn't have been for this guy right here, if we had to go to the shop every time that it broke, we would have been out of business in 6 months.
Yeah. See, what people don't. So when you're talking about, people don't think on terms of team drivers. So they're like, buy a new truck. It's really hard for me to make sense. We put about 250,000 miles a year on a truck. So if I go buy a truck now and I buy a $200,000 truck and I put this down payment on it, I'm going to be out of a warranty in 2.5 years. Everyone else gets to drive their brand new truck for probably 5 years under warranty, but that warranty for us doesn't mean anything. So in 2.5 years, I'm going to have 500,000 miles on it. At that point, I'm in the same shoes I am now with a truck payment. Now I got to start paying the repairs, because at 500,000 miles on a truck, things start to break. So now I have this repair bill and a truck payment. So I can't make it make sense. Why would I put myself in that position when I can fix this truck? I'll put a new frame under this truck if I have to. I'm not afraid to do it. So, but mathematically, I'm going to keep fixing old girl here forever.
Right. Now, with Vince, we're talking about that. just out of curiosity, expenses today versus expenses 5 years ago when you bought the truck?
Oh, it's doubled.
Oh yeah, the price of parts, because I buy parts mostly. I do mostly everything myself.
Right.
Boy, it's brutal. It's it's finding the whole process has become complicated. You know, finding the right part, finding someone that has the part, getting the part, and I do it myself, which is way faster. I don't know how shops, when you put a guy, like they would say, oh, we could get to you next Tuesday. I'm like, I need it tomorrow. Like this isn't a big fix. Oh, we can't get the part till next.
Right.
So I'll drive around to get a part because I'm moving and I know my truck pretty well. I know when things are about to fail. So I actually start calling ahead. I stockpile parts in this truck. I ride around with a starter, an alternator. I ride with a fuel pump. I have an insane amount of parts that I have in this truck right now.
You was telling me early, or I seen a video or something. I can't remember if we were talking or not, but you don't carry anything. You do not cook in that truck because you don't have room to cook in that truck, right?
No,
I do not
no.
cook in here. I do not. We have.
I don't have room to put like a cooler. We have a little refrigerator. I mean, it's your normal little, truck refrigerator. But we don't have room for a cooler. I don't have room for veggies and this and that.
But the truth is, we drive teams, so we don't sit 10 hours ever. Like we're never sitting. So trying to cook or make a coffee while someone's driving through Indiana on the worst roads you've ever, you'd have to hang on to everything while someone was driving. Like it's just too much aggravation. And then, then you got to clean the pots. Time is our superpower. We can move freight really fast because there's two of us. Now, if we have to stop, go grocery shopping, wash the dishes, stop and do this, get the water,
and the people that can do that,
you should.
Yeah,
absolutely.
If you that do that, I praise you that you do that you cook in your own truck and you make the good meals and healthy meals and you're not eating up food and fast food every day. I praise you for that. I don't have time for it.
Yeah, it's incredibly difficult to do while you're a team operation and you're running as a team operation. It's hard.
Right. Well, Steve, did you have anything else? Because I'm fixing to transition into something else.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So
son, let me.
Sun's going down. Sorry, y'all. We're a little bright right now.
Hey, just for the listening audience, they are pulled over on the side of the road talking to us there. So we do appreciate them for doing that. They are somewhere near Chicago, somewhere. So anyway, we'll just leave it at that. Let's transition into your TikTok and some of your YouTube and your Facebook. Let's just transition to that. And I'm going to share your Facebook page as we're talking there. But go ahead and tell us a little bit about how you got started into being a content creator, Bob. And Deb.
I didn't want no part of it.
I still don't want no
I'm
part
sorry,
of it.
but I am brutally honest. I'm just a brutely honest person. If I think it's coming out. So if I offend anybody, I'm sorry, but I didn't want any part of it.
She still gets mad. We'll go into the truck stop. We're recognized now, so she'll be like, I can't go in the truck stop and get a cup of coffee without saying hi to 6 people. and I mean, she takes it well, but it was all. So I've done what I've always done on Facebook with all my friends and family, people that have known me most of my life, and it wasn't a shock to them how. And I would put these videos on Facebook, and my son, my nephew, his friend that I've known since he was a small boy. He came to me one day. He said, "Hey," he called me Uncle Bob. He said, "Uncle Bob, if you ever put those videos that you do on TikTok, I'm telling you, they would go viral." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't think people really care about me aggravating Debra." He goes, "I'm telling you, Uncle Bob, people would like it." So I was like, "What the heck? I'll download this." And I just started doing what I've been doing on Facebook for forever. And he was right. Like, it just blew. I couldn't believe that people wanted to watch me aggravate her and then her get mad at me.
Like, it literally blew up. It took us a little bit to get to that first 1,000 people, but once we got over
100,000 people.
No, 1,000.
Oh, the 1,000 people.
Yeah,
the first
once
1,000.
we got over the 1,000 and we were able to go live and do that thing, oh my gosh, blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still kind of shocked. Like people, we went to the Louisville truck show, and people wanted my signature. I signed shirts, I was signing hats and tags, and in my mind, I'm going, I do the same thing you do. I'm just a trucker, man. But people were happy. We were taking pictures with people's children and their kids and holding babies, and we're looking at each other like it's funny how, we're in this spot and we never planned on being there. It's kind of, it's a weird feeling.
We like it.
We like it.
Talking to everybody and meeting everybody and taking picture with the kids and signing this, signing that. It's pretty cool, but it's also a little weird for us.
Because I don't do anything different than you.
Yeah.
Like my job is, I drive a truck.
Right.
Right.
All right. Tell us a little bit about coffee with Bob.
He started that as a joke.
I literally started that as a joke because I talk to my friends in the morning. We'll talk about trucking issues, about things that are happening, FMCSA and all these things. And we have these, and they would call me, and I wouldn't say, hi, how you doing? Like I would start off with, hey, do you believe? And I just go into this thing and we'd start talking, and it'd always be in the morning. And they were like, I like these morning coffee with Bob time. And they would say it. So I was like, I'm going to start doing TikToks, so morning coffee with Bob, and start talking about whatever pops in my head, whether it's a maintenance, how to maintain your vehicle, or a trucking issue, or laws, or there's no real rules to morning coffee with Bob. Sometimes I talk about how the Star Spangled Banner got written by Francis Scott Key. Might tell you that story, a history fact, or maybe how to check the ball joints.
He started it as a joke, but it took off, and now people want morning
people
coffee.
People literally like, where's my morning coffee with Bob? Like, I'm not that regimented of a person to do this every day.
Right.
Go ahead, Steve.
Because we're on the World Wide Web now, and I mean, it's worldwide. What you're doing today is what we did 30 plus years ago. I could roll up into a truck stop and I wouldn't even have to give my handle. I'd just say, hey, is there any, what's going on over at the truck wash? I want to get a truck wash, and they'd holler at me. Is that so-and-so? Yeah, it's me. Who is that? And they'd tell me who it is. Well, you had friends and you run across the country, but that was localized. That was localized. Now it's worldwide. So I know what you're saying, Deb, about you walk in a truck stop, they see you. Charlie, I run up to Barkerville 5 days a week. I go up 71. So what was it? 2 days before the truck show, he's headed south. I hollered at him on the radio. He said, yeah, who is that? And I told him. He said, yeah, I see you on my TikTok. I said, yeah. I said, shrug it up, man. Just, have a good time at the show. I mean, I could see what you're saying. I mean, it's kind of like this thing here. I mean, it's kind of sparked it. I was at the Ohio TDC a couple of weeks ago, and I had people come up to me and go, hey, you do that podcast, don't you? I said, yeah, I'm the guy that looks goofy and laughs a lot. But I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome that we have a way to communicate now and have fun with it. Have fun with it.
And the reason I actually started doing and talking about the trucking issues and stuff, because when we were younger, when we were years ago, we didn't have this internet. So we sat at the horseshoe of knowledge. We sat at the counter at the TA and we would teach each other. We would say, hey, this is how this happens. And you learned a lot. We don't really have it anymore. We have fast food places. People don't talk, but they do go to social media. So the only way we can really educate each other anymore, the best way, I think, is on here to actually get on here and say, hey, this is how you check this, or this is how the old guys used to check for this. This really works. I don't know how you do it, but it works for me. I think it's a good tool if we learn how to use it and start educating each other.
Yeah, right. Don't be sitting on here bashing everybody and everything. Let's all communicate. Let's have a good time. Let's help each other.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I started driving at 89, and I got over to the Bobber truck stop in Effingham, Illinois, Effenberg for all them Midwesterners, and we pulled in there, and I got talking to the lady at the fuel desk, and she said, walk down that hallway and look to the right in that little room. I walked down the hallway, I looked to the right in that little room, and I'll be danged if it wasn't hanging on the wall still. My dad told me when he first started trucking, everybody used to congregate over at Effingham, and they had a chalkboard, like a whiteboard, and that's for radios. So they would put the time you was there, the time you checked in, the time you checked out, and you wrote down what mile markers you seen the bears at and what the scales was doing. And that chalkboard was still there. And I said, wow, where have we come from? And you look at it now, we got radios that's got 500, 600, 700 channels, and nobody even talks on them anymore.
Lower channels and everything else.
Got one right there. Barely use it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yep. So I wish I had known that you guys were at the Louisville Truck Show. I was actually there this year. I wish I'd have known that and realized it. So I could have run into you and got your autograph.
Yeah. we were hanging with Charlie Trucker. You could have came out there, you would have seen us.
we ended up sitting with Charlie Trucker. I don't know if you know Charlie Trucker or you
No.
He has about the same size account that we do on TikTok. He's from Pennsylvania, eastern side, pulls for Page, the same people that now we pull for Page, because we ended up sitting with Charlie and we talked to the people there, and it was a great fit. So we ended up coming over here, and we're loving it so far.
Yeah. No, I was kind of busy myself there. I was with the TA, and I was there, and actually I was on XM radio doing some interviews and stuff like that while I was out there too. So I got in there on Thursday, did everything on Friday, and left on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
We were there. We got there Friday.
We were there. Yeah, Friday, Thursday night. We got there.
Yeah, we were there Friday, Saturday.
Left.
We left Sunday.
Yeah.
I got
it was a great show though. We didn't get to see much. We really couldn't walk anywhere. Like it was. We had people lined up for, we
were trying to go get food. Okay,
we couldn't get food. We couldn't make it to the.
We finally got through the door, and we were starving. He did not feed me before we got there, and
She was hangry.
Starving.
She was hangry.
We couldn't get to the food, and we didn't know which direction to go. Once you went through the door, I didn't know if the food was over here, over there, back, whatever.
Yeah.
And we couldn't take 5 steps. Somebody would walk up. We'd, stand and talk to them, whatever.
You got to talk.
Minutes.
People are taking the time to say, hey, I reckon, and then she would say, hey, listen, I don't want to cut you short, but I'm starving.
I'll go sit down with me. I'll sit here and talk to you all day, but I need food.
Exactly.
We couldn't take 5 steps. Somebody walk up. 5 more steps. Somebody walk up. And I'm like, oh my God.
So we didn't see really much at the show is what we're getting at. We made it off the escalator. Right. We made it to Charlie and to the food. And that's all we saw.
That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
It was a good time, though. It was a good time seeing everybody.
Yeah, we had a fun time.
Yeah.
All right. So I was going to tell the listening audience that I do have the phone lines open. So if you want to call the show and comment or ask any questions, you're welcome to. We would welcome you to. So the number's 251-616-2151. I actually put it in the chat a while ago. So we'd be glad to hear from you. But if not, we're just going to continue on with the conversation here. Go ahead, Steve.
I'm just going to tell y'all, Tim is a TA Citizen Driver of the Year.
Congratulations.
He's getting a truck stop named after him down in Jackson, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
great. Wow.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. That was a shock to me. I'm like, hey, they must feel sorry for somebody. No, myself and Steve and Gina. How do you pronounce Steve and Gina's last name? Steve, do you know?
That's
Jones.
That's Jones. Yeah,
Jones. Anyway, they're getting a truck stop named after them also somewhere out in Arizona, either Albuquerque, somewhere along there.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Out there by their house, somewhere out there. But hey, you brought something up that y'all went with Paige. I was watching it the other night.
Get him out of the sun.
It's in the mirror. It's shining right in the mirror.
Yeah, it's right here in the mirror.
Exactly.
Come closer to the camera. Hey, come to the light. Come to the light.
You're going to have to get one of them shades. You're going to have to put one of them shades down.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Steve.
Explain that trailer that
God.
y'all are pulling. Because you said it ain't a dump trailer. Y'all ain't got a wet kit on there.
Nope.
No.
So, but
No,
you can
what? So it's a universal trailer. It has a tarp with a switch. I installed a switch. I don't know if you saw the video that I installed a switch in here to run a motor for an automatic tarp on the top, and then
Right.
it has doors on the side, and then it has a door in the back, and that's basically to service a customer. Because it's the customer has different locations, and some of it needs to be side loaded. They can't drop it in with a crane, or they don't have a dock. But some have a dock, some have a crane, and some have to side load.
Those doors on the side are huge.
They-
The back of the door will come all the way up to
Yeah,
to
if
the
I
front of
open
our
that side
truck.
door, it'll come to my mirror up here. It's
wow.
mammoth doors, the whole side of the trailer, and that was designed specially for this customer. There was 80 of those trailers that were made just for this deal that we're doing. The thing is, it's not my customer, it's not my business, so I don't want to talk about what goes in and out of the trailer.
Right. Right.
because
I
that's
don't
just-
expect you.
Yeah,
Hey, we're gonna break for a phone call here, okay?
sure.
All right.
Hello, welcome to Truckers Voices. Who do we have on the line?
Two-man salt shaker. What's up, brother?
Hey there, Chuck Jernigan. How you doing, brother?
Hey, buddy. I'm loving the show. I want to get Debra and them to talk about their side-by-sides and their little trips that they do, man. I love it. I love watching those videos, especially her side-by-side. It is awesome. And I'll
Absolutely.
hang up and listen to the show.
Yeah, and I'll actually.
Y'all take care. I love the show.
All right. Do y'all want to say anything to Chuck Salt Shaker there, Bob and Deborah?
Thanks for watching, Chuck. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'll tell you about the side by sides. We like talking about side by sides.
Yeah, let's get
Chuck,
into
we'll
it.
see you, buddy. All right. So go ahead, Bob.
We lived on a boat for about 8 years, and we were going to move to Georgia. Deb's daughter, my stepdaughter, was having a baby, so we sold the boat up in PA. It was up in Pittsburgh, and we moved down there. And our plan was to buy a boat and put it on Lake Lanier, and that's right around the time COVID hit. And when COVID hit, the price of boats like tripled.
Hey, Bob, can we take this other call?
Go ahead.
All right. Welcome to Truckers Voices. Who do we have on the line?
You got Mr. Clean here. How you doing, Mr. Taylor and Mr. 10-Speed?
Hey,
What's
brother.
going on,
How you doing?
I just talked to 10-Speed a couple days ago, and I love your guest. I am very entertained by all you guys do out there.
Oh, thank you. We do appreciate it. We appreciate you listening. And you got anything you want to say specifically to Bob and Deborah or ask them?
Absolutely. How do you guys put up with one another? Because I know my old lady says she would not go out on the road with me. My daughter won't. My son won't. I think I've got a co-driver who's coerced into going with me, but I'm just, how do you guys do it?
You know, I think the trick, if you do it, here's what you have to learn. You're going to have arguments. You're going to have disagreements, but you're in a truck. What you learn how to do that most people I don't think do is you learn how to resolve issues way faster than most people. You learn that, hey, this is a waste of time for us to be angry in here. So you come up with a solution or a compromise much faster.
Something, because it's a very small area, so
Yeah,
you can't be mad for long.
There's nowhere to go.
Okay.
There's nowhere to hide.
Now let's ask the honest truth. Who compromises more?
No, it's about the same. It's about mutual, actually.
You would be. Our decisions are really.
No.
Like,
I asked for honesty. Let's just go ahead and ask honestly who asked for more. I mean, who compromises more?
I compromise more, I do believe.
You think you compromise
I think
more?
I do.
I feel like I do.
Oh, good. See, I just wanted to get the truth out of everything because we know where it's lost.
I feel like it's 50-50 now that I said that it's about 50-50.
No, 70-30.
You know, I love the answer. I do. Because right now, my daughter and my girlfriend are laughing, saying that they know I'm not right, and that I should just sit there and step up. I don't know, like 0.7% the time that I'm correct, and just go with it. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Just be happy.
So, caller, who compromises more on your end?
On my end?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. I have a daughter. I have a girlfriend. I have a son. I mean, we're both irrelevant. And I run a team operation with a female. So I compromise, like 97.5% of the time.
I heard somebody in the background say no.
Yeah. Well, it's my daughter. So, of course, she's going to lie. She's going to say it's more towards 100%.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh,
Well, do you have anything else you want to say to Bob and Deborah?
Hey, you guys truck safe and keep us entertained. I love the videos. I really do.
Same to you. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it.
If I need to pick me up, I turn on to the videos and they really crack me up and they keep us going. So thank you very much.
Because you like laughing. You like laughing at my misfortunes.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Hey, Clean, good talking to you.
Great night, great day.
All right,
Thank
Clean.
you much.
Thank you, Clean.
See you, brother.
All right, that is one of the drivers that we know, and he's a great guy. Great guy.
Oh yeah, he's a good guy. And matter of fact, he's going to be competing this weekend in the truck driving championship. There's 19 different states this weekend. I believe it's 19 that are holding their competitions this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we actually talked to somebody who was going to it today.
Oh, that's right.
We talked to somebody who on the fuel island said they were going to, I believe, Iowa. Maybe there's some sort of rodeo in Iowa.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It is. It's pretty cool. You got to take a written test. You got to do a pre-trip. They stage 15 defects. Some states do 10. Some states do 15. But they'll stage the defects. You got X amount of minutes. Like if you do a 3-axle, it's 7 minutes. 5-axle, I believe, is 8. A sleeper unit is 10 minutes to go around the truck, find all these defects. Then they'll set up 6 problems on a course. And then you got to drive whatever unit they pull up there to the line. If you're doing sleeper, they could give you a Schneider truck or a Swift truck or who knows, or a local company. And then you got to maneuver your way through these 6 problems, and high score wins. They give out first, second, third place, pre-trip trophy, grand champion.
Oh, wow.
And then all the winners of the states will go to Indianapolis this August and compete in the national truck driving championship put on by ETA. So, and that's a big one. That's a big one. So what is that, Tim? August 17th?
Somewhere in that neighborhood, yeah.
Somewhere around August 17th. If you guys are in around Indianapolis during that time, the 17th through the 24th or 20th through the 24th, it's like a Wednesday or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, real quick. Find you a place to park. Go find it. Go check it out. I mean, it is awesome.
Is that next month or this month?
August. August is when Nationals is.
Okay.
Not next month, but the month after.
Okay, yeah. I'd love to go watch that. I know as a young guy, I was in a rodeo. I did really well. For a young guy, I've been in a couple of truck rodeos. Old guys taught me how, and I got good at it. And I like it. Yeah, I would love to go see the National Truck Rodeo Championship for sure. That sounds like a great time.
Yeah, just go to trucking.org. That's the ATA website, and check it out, and it'll give you all the information about it and everything. But anyway, let's get back to y'all side by sides.
Yeah, I want to talk a little
Nobody
bit
knows
more
what that
about that.
picture is. It's a picture of our side by side loaded on the trailer.
That's the back end of Deb's side by side and the back end of my side by side. So we were going to get these boats, or we were going to get a boat in Georgia. Boats were so expensive. I said, hey, let's hold off during COVID. The price of boats are insane. Let's go ahead and buy that yellow one there. We went and
That
bought
one's
that.
his. That's the one we got first.
We said let's go buy a side by side. We have a bunch of friends that ride buggies. Let's just go do that, and we'll stay in the truck and just kind of do that. And we rode that one time,
and then that
and I said to Deb, "Do you want to drive this thing?" It's our first time out in this thing, so we're somewhere in trails at Royal Blue in Tennessee. And she's driving. She drove about a half hour, and I was like, "Well, do you like it?" She went, "Yeah, I want my own. There's no way I'm just going to ride around." So I had to go buy another side by side, a bigger trailer, and I had to buy a truck. That
was Merle. That was at the that was
show.
when we went to the Louisville truck show. I put him in a daycare for a couple of days. Him and that little lady right there.
She's old.
She doesn't like any other dogs or anything, but her and Merle were best friends the whole time he was there.
Yeah.
Nice. I figured I'd ask you if those were your pets there.
Merle is the one left there, and the old girl there. She comes there to the daycare, I think every day or something. I'm not sure. But her and Merle they said that them two were stuck together like glue.
Since we're on the, who's Merle named after? Is it Merle Haggard?
His Keller is Merle. The name of the killing of that dog is called a Merle.
Okay.
But I was like,
but his middle name is Bocephus.
But we called him Bocephus, the middle name.
So yeah, Merle Haggard, Bocephus, whatever.
Love it.
We let TikTok name him, actually.
But
a guy on TikTok named him.
Because I said, there's nothing that sounds more country than Merle. Hey, Merle. he don't know his name, though. If you ever seen the videos, he doesn't respond to his name.
So let's get back to the social media and the TikTok trucking and all that. Tell us a little bit about some of the hurdles that you've had to overcome with this. And you kind of shared that with me a little bit earlier when we were talking. And when I say that, some of the issues that's come up.
As far as
what people do.
Oh, people take your content like a lot of people just go on TikTok, they'll download our video, and then they start some fake account
on Facebook.
Facebook. There's an account on Facebook that has more followers than I do. It's WBOB Trucking, has 200,000 followers, not mine. They spelled WBOB differently, and he's got 200,000 people following. So when I do find these people, they literally are looking at me going, "Well, yours is the fake account." I'm going, I'm Bob. I'm in the video.
Like they'll make comments
right there.
Yeah, they'll make comments on our videos or our whatever, saying this is a fake account, and Bob will have to tell them, be like, "Look, no, this is us. All the other ones are fake. This one's us.
This is really us," because we didn't have a presence for a long time. I just did TikTok, and my Facebook was just family and friends. Well, here the problem came and I didn't mind them taking my videos and doing what you're doing. That was fine. The problem came when they started sending messages to 200,000 people saying, "Hey, me and Debra are having a hard time. Send us a gift card for $100 to Walmart."
Yes.
And that's when I got mad. I was like, "There's people."
A guy came to us. We met a guy, and he said, "Hey guys, I'm sorry I couldn't help you out." And we're like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "You sent me a private message saying you wasn't, doing good, and that to send you some money." And I was like, "Oh, no."
And I said, "We
will never ever do
we
that.
won't ever." I said, I'm not that person. I'm never getting on social media ever and saying, "Send me money." That's just not me. And so I showed him my account. He was following the wrong account. So then I said, "You know what? We need to stop this and make a presence on Facebook and start to have our own content here, because I'm tired of." It wasn't for anything other than to stop drivers from being robbed, because there's a lot of drivers and they're sending this $100 thinking they're helping me, and I'm you're helping a scammer. It's not me.
Yeah, we made a TikTok about it and everything. Like, do not send these people money.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Let's take another call real quick. Hey, welcome to Truckers Voices. Who do we have on the line? Well, they hung up. They got scared.
they really answered.
They really answered. Oh my God, no.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, go ahead.
You bring up a good point, real quick. You bring up a good point, because Tim and I work some charities with the trucking industry and stuff, like Safety Driver Cure down in Atlanta for pediatric brain tumor research. And we're going to have to get a hold of you guys next year if y'all want to come and joined us down there. But anyhow, there is no more and better giving person than a truck driver.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when a person is down and out, buddy, they'll open up their wallet and say, "Here," and you've got
shirt off my back.
exactly coldest day of winter, and I'm giving you my jacket. You know, I'll be fine. It's just the nature of truck drivers. You know, I excuse some of them that's out there today, but that's the sad part about it is you got these people that's stealing your account using y'all's name to benefit their back pocket.
Yes.
It's sad. It's sad.
It's infuriating.
It is very infuriating because I don't want them to give these people money. I don't want anybody's hard-earned money to go to me or, somebody like that. You know what I mean? If somebody walks up to you and goes, "Hey, can I bum $10? I'm down on my luck." That's fine.
You got a phone call.
Oh, yeah.
You got a phone call.
Welcome to Truckers Voices. Who do we have on the line?
Yes, I was going to get you to ask Bob and Deborah, did they just get burned out on running Northwest Territory?
Did you hear him, Bob and Deborah? Did you hear what he said?
Yeah. No, we didn't. We loved running back and forth across the country. Granted, I am not a fan of it in February. It's not all that great, but the scenery, you can't beat it. But this deal that we have now,
it was just a better fit.
It's a better fit. We're enjoying it. The miles we were running, the freight market is a tough place right now. So we found something that just is just a better fit all around. How the way we like to work. I don't necessarily love the lanes that I'm in, but I've seen enough of the West Coast and the East. I've ran the road for years and years. I'm okay with staying where I'm at. So
who do we have on the line here? Who do we have on the phone line here?
My name's Ray.
Okay, Ray. All right. Well, go ahead and you guys another question for Bob and Deb.
No, I just let them know I enjoy their video. I've been watching for months and months.
Yes, sir. Yes. Well, we thank you for calling Truckers Voices tonight.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah,
I appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Yep. Thanks again. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, that's been pretty good. Now, hey, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we are coming to the end of the show. Believe it or not,
no, we're having a good
time.
Just
getting warmed up, man.
Why you got to end a good thing? I mean,
I know. It's been a great show, and we always kind of try to wind it down, within an hour. But I always tell everybody this hour will go by faster than what you think. And so
really
we've had people ask us like, "What are we going to talk about? How can we talk an hour?" Well, just like we just did,
Yeah.
It does. It goes quick. That's a really fast hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we do appreciate you guys taking the time out, pulling over and calling and talking to us. Bob and Deborah, is there anything that you want to say to the listening audience? You want to get your page out there, or you want to tell them how to get a hold to you?
You shared my Facebook page. If you go to TikTok, it's Bob Murphy or WBOB Trucking. Appreciate the follows. That's all. I'm like, we never started that to really. It's not we don't profit. We do. We actually monetized our account. I don't want to say that we don't, just because we did, and but it's not why. We really enjoy the content, the people, the comments, the interactions.
We have a good laugh. We get a good laugh out of a lot of the comments.
It's entertainment for us.
Yeah,
also.
Some people are really witty. They'll say some of the craziest things, and I just die out laughing.
Funny comments.
And if you see us out on the road or whatever at a truck stop or whatever, don't be afraid to speak. We get some people saying, "I was scared to come up," or "I didn't want to bother you," or whatever.
If you see me moving around, go ahead and say hi. A lot of people I didn't want to bother you.
But if you see us sitting here in the truck and we're not doing it,
not a bother. You're not a bother. Come on over and say hi. I don't walk up to everybody assuming everyone knows me though, so you're gonna have to say something.
Right.
Well, I do have to ask. Does some people not really understand your humor? Is that a thing?
That is very much a thing.
A lot of people think that Deb and I are like on the outs or we're angry. We really have the greatest relationship in my. I know that she's happy. She knows that we have each other's back. We laugh and have fun every day. Every day we enjoy each other's company. As much time as we spend together, but we still get messages from the humor that we have. We get messages saying, it looks like you guys are maybe having a rough time here. DM me. I would like a shot of maybe dating you because it doesn't look like you're going to last much longer.
I'm not kidding you. He gets them from women. I get them from men daily.
And I love the ones from women. So like, she doesn't love you. She doesn't respect you. She doesn't. And I'm like, preach it, sister. Preach it. You're right. She's all those things. I was like, watch out, Deborah. Watch out. This girl knows what's going on.
And that's the funny thing. Real quick, when she tells you to get that camera out of her face, and she's got that real peed off look on her face, you see a little grin in the side of her mouth there. She's got a grin, and it's like, you two are awesome. You two are awesome. And I just want to say, we didn't get to talk about your side by side. I just got a message here from Chuck, and he said, you didn't talk all about it. We're going to have to bring you guys back on, and the next show is going to have to be what you do besides trucking, because that's what Go ahead.
All right.
Nope, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were saying go ahead too.
Yeah, go ahead, Bob. Go ahead.
I just said we do a lot of other stuff besides trucking. I love talking about other things besides trucking. I do that every day, all day long. So,
but we'll definitely come back on. We'll set up a time, date and time, whatever. We'll come back.
Sure.
We had a great time.
This was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want everybody, all the listening audience, to know that right here on the screen is, if you see it, it'll be Robert Dennis Murphy. He's got a blue check mark by his name, and that's the way you'll know that you got the right one. So y'all go follow him, and him and Deb, y'all follow them. Also, go follow him over on TikTok, and you'll get some great content there. Follow, Coffee with Bob. That's a great one there. It's just absolutely great. It'll make your day. So anyway, Bob, Deb, we always end the show with a word of advice and safety. So we're going to have to end it up here, but thank you very much for coming on. Do you have a word of advice and safety for our listening audience?
My advice would be, remember to take your time. Don't rush. Don't be in a rush all day long. Just keep mindful. Hurrying isn't always a great thing.
Stop and smell the flowers.
Stop and enjoy a little bit of your day. Don't rush your whole day away every single day.
Yeah. Get out and do things. Don't just stay in the truck. You get time down. Get out of the truck. Go find something to do.
Don't drive like the truck's on fire.
Yeah.
Stop the truck for a second.
Absolutely. That's great advice. Great advice. Hang on till after we go off the air live. We want to speak to you after we go off live. Steve, word of advice for safety from you, brother.
I want to say good luck to everybody this weekend is competing in the national or in the state truck driving championships. Look forward to seeing a lot of names on them winners list. Bob, Deb, thanks again. Appreciate it. And we didn't touch on it, but Bob, I got to watch your dance videos because my daughter's getting married in October, and I've got to put some moves on down there. Get married down in Tennessee. So
lessons. I'll give you a private lesson. Just no worries.
10-4. 10-4. That'll work. But hey, appreciate y'all tuning in. And like I always say, remember the most important trip is that trip home. God bless you.
Absolutely. And we thank you, listening audience, for coming on tonight. Thanks, Bob and Deborah and Steve. We appreciate everybody that comes on and listens to us every week. We're just a bunch of old truck drivers out here just trying to get the word out of, a positive message on the internet. Hey, y'all remember it is Friday tomorrow. There's going to be a lot more people on the highway trying to get to their destination. It's summertime, and y'all know what they're doing. They're trying to get to vacation. So what's the main thing we got to do? As I always say, we got to look out for those who aren't looking out for themselves. Y'all have a great week. We'll see you right here on Truckers Voices next week. Hang on, audience. Panel, I'll be right back with you.
Okay. Bye.